stuff, and like you're in charge of this, and I'm really proud of you.
I'm doing my best.
You're doing great.
But it seems like it's happening. I need to remember.
Neither one of us is good at technical stuff, but
okay, I think it's happening. Let me just mute the YouTube live. We're here. All right.
Woo!
Are we ready?
Yeah. Can you make that bigger so we don't see like two screens?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to Fuck You, I'm Smarter, the comedy game show where we compete with a guest to be crowned the smartest person in the room.
No way.
Yes, my mouth is working.
It's working and it's beautiful.
Thank you. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, everyone watching on the YouTube Live, which is nobody. But that's between us. And now you.
And now no one.
Kelly, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Before we started YouTubing and recording and whatnot, I wouldn't say, it wasn't like a full breakdown. I just had like a little bit, I was
sensitive.
like, I need to scream. And there's not like, this is my problem. There's not like a designated screaming place. Mm-hmm. Where do people go to scream? Like you're in a city. I don't want people to think that something terrible is happening to me. I'm not in grave danger. Right. I just need to let out a scream.
A guttural sound.
I mean, the pillow, sure, but it's kind of lame. I need like a full throttle, like screaming into the void.
Yeah.
But they don't have that. That's our business. That's our next business.
That's our next business.
Screaming into
room.
the void.
Ooh, screaming room. Yeah. All right. Well, you've heard it here first, kids.
Don't steal our idea. Trademark.
How
are you?
I'm good. I got my first vaccine, so I'm feeling like there's hope on the other side. I know you're getting your first one next week.
For all those variants.
So we're not going there.
We're not talking about that yet? Okay.
We're not going there.
All right, cool.
And I'm excited about this week's guest. This is another hoo-ha-ha connection, and they always bring us the most delightful ladies.
Love hoo-ha-ha.
So I'm really excited about our guest. Should we introduce our guest?
Absolutely. I'm ready.
The woman with the coolest name ever, because shout out to the Broadway show Chicago.
Shout out to Chicago.
She's a content creator. She's a blogger. Her blog has over 50 million views. She's a funny mama. She's been on Today's Show. She's been on a million things. She is Whitney Cicero.
Woo!
Hi, baby.
Hi, my loves.
Cicero. Sorry, you must get that all the time. Or
Lip
just
shit.
for like Broadway nerds.
Totally. And I am a Broadway nerd, so I like.
So you kind of, you're like, yes, I am Cicero. Yes,
lip shits.
Yeah, nice.
I love it.
Good.
We did some stalking when we booked you on the show, and you have so much funny content online. Aww. We can't wait to plug all of your things because you're so funny. And like, you said in something like, I'm terrible at Twitter and I suck at whatever. Like, there were like a few things you suck at. And I'm thinking like, I can't do half of what you do. Like, your TikToks are fast. Like, everything is like very impressive. And you're also not 10 years old. Like, I feel like TikTok's like 10.
We just got on TikTok and we're like already, it's like, oh, this is a lot of like maintenance, a lot. But you're I mean, you do that kind of stuff. Like you're like a marketing consultant.
Yeah. I am I'm getting better because I am a bit of a gadget nerd. So so every time I'm scrolling Instagram, I'm sure you guys get this too. It's like, learn how to make the coolest Instagram reels. And I get sucked down that like shop now rabbit hole.
So you have learned stuff that way.
So but I probably have like 30 apps on my phone that are all different versions of editing and
of the same thing.
And every time I get to the like, ooh, because they suck you in and you create something fancy and you're like export and they're like, hi, give us $6.99 for the rest of your life. And I'm like, God damn it. Like,
they got me again.
You got me again. It's why do I keep doing this to myself?
I forgot to cancel before the free trial ended. Now I'm paying for $199.
So Kelly, in addition to your screaming store, I think there needs to be a business model. Hello, Shark Tank at the new Stepford. This whole like, please scrub my phone of all these stupid apps that I've downloaded that I've because you know how they're like, give us your thumb, app purchase made. And I'm always going to my 15 and 17-year-old like, did they just charge me for that? Am I charged for that? No, mom. It's just, that's what you have to do. That's just the language. So I'm sure I'm giving away a whole year's salary to Apple.
Totally.
No freaking clue.
And then they're selling all of your information to someone else who's making like billions.
Yeah. And then you get the Wish ads. Have you guys gotten those yet?
No.
So Wish is that like super cheap store out of Japan. That's like, you need this flamingo headdress along with.
Is it like Amazon, like cheaper Amazon or something?
Super, super cheap Amazon. Like I got Spanx once and it was for someone this big. I'm like, oh
my gosh.
She's holding up her pinky.
Thank you, China.
Yeah.
So Whitney, you have a 14-year-old?
17 and 15 now.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's so interesting. So
is it?
Yeah, because we're going to talk a little bit about how you were growing up, and then I kind of want to hear how your kids are compared to how you were.
Oh, that's
right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Palos Verdes, which is outside of Los Angeles.
Yes.
And it's this very nice kind of hooty-tooty neighborhood. It's very hooty-tooty, but I was like the poor one. My parents got divorced before anybody got divorced. So it was interesting growing up being the poorest kid in a rich community. I mean, don't shed tears for me. It all worked out fine. But, that was part of growing up, and it was fun.
Yeah.
I loved it. We were in San Francisco for about 17 years and then moved back. So the kids could be closer to their grandparents. And I love it. I love being back.
Wow.
So your kids grew up in San Francisco?
Yeah, they grew up
Or like
until
the
6th
beginning?
grade and 4th grade. And then we brought them back down here.
Okay.
Are you guys in LA?
Yeah, we're in LA. What kind of a student were you?
I was good. I mean, I was a solid A-, 3.2.
That's good. That's really good.
Really
well,
good.
she came here prepared.
Yes.
She came here with a game for us. She read our email. Like she actually read our email.
She was on time.
She was on time. She was early
dot.
to the meeting. Like not even just on time. She was like on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that, there's an OCD that's going like this in the back of my head all the time about, did you get that thing? And my daughter has it too. She has eldest daughter issues too, where then the son is like,
Yeah, see, I have that OCD going on in the back of my head, but then I just take a nap and ignore it. But then I wake up and it's there. I mean, it's like
it's amazing.
I have the best and the worst of both worlds, I think.
So Kelly, what do you have? What's your DSM-4 diagnosis?
I don't know. I don't think it's been completed. I really don't, because I
have no name for this one yet.
Should we complete it now? Should we?
Do you have therapists available?
I could do it. I could probably.
You could do it. Okay. I mean, honestly, I would think every time I read something about OCD, except for like the obsessively cleaning, I have it. I definitely think I have ADHD.
Yeah.
Definitely have clinical depression. Definitely have anxiety, and I definitely have PTSD. So
Ding, ding, ding,
check
ding,
all
ding.
the boxes, check all the boxes.
Spin the wheel of dysfunction. Here we go.
Yeah. Just depends on the day which one is gonna, really.
Let's see which
shine
one you
brighter.
have more of during this episode of Fuck You, I'm Smarter.
Great.
I think there's got to be like a naming convention that's kind of like your biggest trauma.
Mm-hmm.
The first guy you gave a blowjob to.
Yes.
Followed by like your cat's initials. And then that's your diagnosis.
Yes.
Diagnosis.
That's your diagnosis name.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the new app. What's your
Mine
diagnosis
would
name?
be Abandonment Steve Magic.
Just rub some salve on that. It'll be fine.
Oh, what's yours?
I don't remember the first person I gave a blowjob to.
I do, because I didn't really know what I was doing, and he was like, I didn't realize he had to like come. Well,
he doesn't have to.
But I mean, I think that was implied.
The goal. It was the goal.
Yeah, and so he was like, I stopped after a while.
Because you're like, I've been doing this for long enough.
And he was like, oh no, you're supposed to like keep going. And I'm like, oh no.
Oh no, but my mouth hurts now. And my mouth is tired. And I'm feeling a little gaggy.
I'm actually over it.
Yeah.
All right. Back to Whitney.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Where'd that go?
I love it though. This is
So
great.
you were a good student, and what did you want to be when you grew up?
Oh my God. Thank you for asking me that, because I've been practicing that interview question since I was 7 and no one has. I wanted to be a parapsychologist.
Wow.
What is I wanted to study ghosts. I was obsessed with ghosts, and I would go, there was only one book in our library, and I would go and I would check it out. I was not popular, and it was called The Lady in White, and I would read everything about ghosts. And then Ghostbusters came out. And I was like, well, fuck this shit. Now everybody's going to want to be a Ghostbuster.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But that's fake stuff. You wanted to like really study it.
Yeah, but I was 11 at the time. Like, it was like, oh, well, now everybody's going to be that. So I'm going to have to change professions.
Yeah, it's like when your favorite band gets popular.
Yeah, and you're like, I never liked them anyway.
They sold out.
Yeah.
The Ghosts sold out.
Yeah. I'm still like, I secretly kind of still want to do that, but I also want to pop zits. So I kind of want to go back and get like a dermatology degree.
Ooh, popping zits is really fun. It's so satisfying.
So you know what I think it is? I think it's women's version of porn. Like the build up, the release. And I think that's why we're so fascinated. Men are like, just watch porn. I'm like, no, I don't.
No, I'm not interested, but I want to watch this person pull a giant blackhead out of their back.
Yeah. Do you pop your kids' pimples?
I used to, but I'm not allowed to do it anymore.
I would think
that's the best. Stop!
I would think that's like the best part about having kids. You're like, come here.
Come here. Oh. A little, you can be, it's like a little aggressive, but like also you're doing something good. Wait, have you ever seen a ghost though? I really want to know.
No, I never have. I'm the only person that actually want to be a ghost hunter, but actually doesn't ever want to see a ghost. So I think I'd probably be bad at my job and you wouldn't hire me.
Yeah,
but
that's.
Have you? Because if you ask that question, you would be surprised how many people are like.
That's what I'm waiting for is like those firsthand accounts. I've heard them from like, I don't know, ghost podcasts, but I haven't like, you saw a ghost. You heard a ghost, right? You heard or saw something?
I had sleep paralysis once.
Oh, so scary.
That
you had like
I felt like there was something in the room with me.
Okay.
Right.
And it was terrifying. Yes, it was terrifying.
No, I don't know how that fits in to like,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if that like maybe that's just a sleep paralysis thing or I don't know if that's another entity.
Something in the room with me, but then when I looked into it, it was like sleep paralysis, blah blah blah, and I was like, to make myself feel better, because I don't want to think that thing was real. Yeah. I'm like, I had sleep paralysis once.
I fully believe, fully 100,000% believe in ghosts. And I do want to see one, but only a nice one. I'm just putting that out there. Right. I don't want I don't want like a poltergeist type of a situation. I want like like the lady in white. I want someone like, just like floating in a stairway and, she died in 1725. You know, like that's what I want to see.
Yeah, don't come back in like a juicy couture. Like, I don't
want I don't want a new ghost.
No, I don't want a
new ghost. Yeah.
Well, what sold it for me once is that our old realtor, somehow we got on the same conversation. And he goes, yeah, I've seen a ghost once. He was showing a house. He walked into the basement. There was a lady in the rocking chair. He was like, hi. And she looked at him and said, hello. Went back upstairs. And he's like, who's the lady downstairs? And the sellers just went white. And they're like, oh, you met the lady in the chair. And, yeah, she's really nice. And this is a normal dude. Like, he was to be a cop. This is no bullshit.
He was not expecting that. He did not think that's what it was.
And to him, real as day. To them, they're like, oh, you met our ghost. And
that is my dream.
Right? Goosebumps. Look at that.
Like, I just got the goosebumps
too. That's my dream because I know that shit is real. I know that happens all the time. I've heard these stories and I just want it to be me.
So Kelly, here's the other things. Like, how many ghosts have I actually seen that I thought were real people? Like in the course of your life.
I never thought that.
Think how many you've probably been like, oh, no, it's a totally normal person. Ghost.
Whoa.
So we could be like,
I never question.
If you could pop ghost sits, then I think my life would totally be complete. And then
now that's the real combination. That's the dream.
Right. That's the dream.
Love
that's
it.
The dream.
Yeah.
I think you're the only person in the world that wanted to do that for a living, but you didn't want to meet a ghost. And
I get that. The interest, but then the fear, it makes sense.
I love it so much. I think it's incredible and says a lot about your personality. I think it's great. I want to know, like, your kids. What kind of students are they? And, like, who's more like you? And just a little bit about that.
Oh,
yeah, and which one do you like better? No,
yeah, tell us that too.
They're not here. So the 17-year-old is a mini me.
Okay.
And so we have the same personality. We're both extroverted. She loves drama. She loves theater. And then I had my son, which I was like, please be gay on Broadway. Please be gay on Broadway.
Yes,
and
that's what I feel.
Right? And he comes
Yes,
out and he's
dream.
15. He's almost 6'5". We call him Baby Great Dane because he hasn't like figured out his limbs yet.
Right. He hasn't grown into himself
So
yet.
he just knocks shit over all the time. And he eats,
Hilarious.
you have to feed them 18 times a day or they eat a dentist. And so you're just like, fuck is happening? Like, so I've got this very anal, room's always clean, bed's always made, never misses a beat. And then I have this other thing and it's, and you're like, you've been parented the same way.
Right.
You have like,
you've had the same nurture, essentially.
the same boundaries have been set. But here's the thing. Do you guys have kids?
No.
Yeah. You get
Just
the
pets.
kid you get, like that. They come out and that's who they are. And so you have to just raise the kid that you got and not the kid that you think you want.
Right.
Because they come out with their little personalities intact. And I
Yeah.
love them both dearly. I totally like the girl better.
Thank you for answering my question.
I mean, she's just like you, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, she's delightful.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I think that all parents have a favorite. They're not allowed to say it.
They're just not allowed to say it. But you know what? You can say that here. This is an open space. This is a safe space on Fuck You, I'm Smarter. You're allowed to tell us which kid you like better.
I just wish Kris Jenner for one day would let Khloe be the favorite because I think that the world would heal if just one day she would be like, Khloe, you're my favorite instead of like Kim. Even Kourtney gets more love.
I don't know that much about the Kardashians, but I do follow that girl on TikTok who makes fun of them or like parodies them. She's very funny.
She looks just like them when she does it.
Angie Hoover?
Maybe. I don't remember her name. I should look it up.
It's pretty incredible.
And she just goes back and forth and she's like, Kim, so I texted John. Yeah. And then she like goes back and forth and they're just like on their phone.
Kim's always
totally deadpan and just like, yeah. And I told him that we should probably do that thing on Saturday that he suggested. Yeah. Like it's literally just like back and forth like that. Super slow, deadpan. They're like not even looking at each other. I mean, it's her.
You should look up Angela Hoover comedy.
Okay.
She is a really good friend of mine. She'd be perfect for your podcast. And
great.
And she's an impressionist. And
love that.
She does all the housewives. She does all the Kardashians. She's absolutely friggin' hysterical. So I don't know if you guys went on the deep cuts side of my content, but I had one where I lip synced my son playing Fortnite.
Oh my God, no, but I love that.
That one went mega viral. That went like internationally viral. But she's the girl that is with me in it. So now that I've said it, you'll go look it up. She's brilliant.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will. All right.
I
think we should play.
I'm ready.
Oh God.
Are you ready to play, Whitney?
We're going to get all of your most hated subjects out of the way before recess.
Come on. You got this, Mama. All right. We're going to start in...
Where are you going? History?
History class. Are you ready for a little history?
So Whitney says, I didn't like history or geography. And we're doing both.
Yeah. You're welcome. So a lot of your content that has gone viral, a lot of your content that you do is about being a mom and it's about your family. So I thought for history today, we could play a game called Whoa, Mama! You like that?
What a creative game title.
Whoa, Mama! All right, we're going to talk about some really influential moms throughout history. And a lot of these women, like, I had never heard of. Some of them I had heard of before. But I think they all deserve a shout out. So I tried to get crafty with the question. So even if you have no idea who the person is, you can still answer something about the question. Okay. But I think we should talk about these women. So I'm going to start with our guest, Whitney.
Okay.
And you're going to get an A, B, and C. So don't you worry about a thing. We're going to talk about a woman named Kathy Headley. Headlee.
Oh, Kathy,
now, Kathy Headley, she was a mother of 7, and she started blank, an organization that helped orphan children around the world. Beginning in 1992, she led a group of volunteers to distribute relief supplies to orphanages and train caregivers in Romania. Since then, the organization has sent volunteers to help children in Bolivia, Bosnia, Guatemala, India, Mexico, Zimbabwe, Uganda, and Nepal. So this is like a kick-ass mom. Kick-ass mom. Did she start?
Who clearly didn't know about birth control.
Clearly didn't. Seven
Why?
children.
Is she Catholic?
Why?
She's like Irish
It's a
Catholic,
good question.
probably. Yeah.
A, did she start Mothers Without Borders? B, did she start Border Angels? Or C, Kind, Kids in Need of Defense? A, B, or C?
D, don't know. I was going to go with UNICEF, but let's play this game.
Play the game that you're given.
Mothers Without Borders sounds like a made up name. Kind, people like acronyms. I'm going to go with Kind.
That is incorrect, Kelly. Do you want to try to steal?
I think it's Mothers Without Borders.
You are correct.
Shut up. That's a name.
Yes. Yes.
I just feel like, she didn't have time to be creative enough to think of like a new name. So she just took an existing.
She was
thing,
like, Doctors Without Borders.
Mothers Without Borders.
Well, I got very confused by these names because my friend was with Nurses Without. She was with Doctors Without Borders.
Right?
But I kept calling it Nurses on Wheels. Because
Meals on Wheels.
Meals on Wheels. So I was like, how's your Nurses on Wheels? She's like,
Nurses
what are
on
you
Wheels.
talking about?
That's amazing.
And all the nurses wear roller skates. It's really cute. And they bring you milkshakes.
They roller skate the syringe and the catheter.
They roll. They just they're like, get your arm ready. Here I come, and then they just glide in. Yeah.
This might hurt.
All right, I just want to give a shout out to Border Angels and Kind are both actual things. Border Angels helps migrants living in the canyons of North San Diego County, and Kind helps kids get over here safely. It's non-government, and they help kids migrate over here safely.
Because I was not emotionally prepared that this podcast was going to have feel-good moments.
This is the most serious quiz. I'm sorry we started with it. Okay, number 2.
She did say it was boring, though.
And this is my most boring, but I think these women are important.
Okay.
Kelly, have you heard of Candy Lightner?
Candy Land.
No.
It's when you stop on a candy cane until it lightens and it loses the red.
Yes.
Yes. Candy Lightner.
That's exactly it. That's who I gave my first blowjob to.
It's a blowjob technique.
So I know we're talking about blowjobs and all these fun things. But let me bring it down.
Okay.
In 1980, a hit-and-run drunk driver killed one of Candy Lightner's 13-year-old twin daughters.
Jesus Christ!
The driver had 3 prior convictions for drunk driving and had been arrested just 2 days prior.
So this is Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
That's what it is, baby!
Great. Can we skip her horrible story so we can...
Yes.
No, of course. That's
all right.
Really horrible.
I should have brought the whole bottle. I only poured
So,
sorry.
I wish that I was drinking at the moment. I'm going to start.
Well, you guys are going to love this.
Here we
go.
go.
If you loved the drunk driving question,
we loved it.
You are going to love this next question.
Here we go.
Number 3. Whitney.
Wait, she's slitting her wrist.
Yeah, slit your wrist, slit your throat. Here we go.
Okay, so my friend did this once. I was boring him and he was like, I'm like, am I boring you? He goes, you're doing it wrong. You got to go here. Really blow the brains out. This you can miss.
You don't do it at the temple, right?
You got to do it.
If you really want to do it, you go underneath the chin.
And I was like, You've actually given that thought. He goes,
given it too much
yeah,
thought.
Haven't you? I was like, no.
No.
Kind of weird. I'm sorry, I've stolen your thunder. Back
No,
to not blowing
no,
your
No,
mind.
it's fine. We're gonna talk about something just as depressing.
Okay.
Great.
So,
This is fun.
Whitney, Waris Dearie. So it's Waris
That's unfortunate.
Dirie. In 1970, when she was 5 years old, she was a victim of female genital mutilation.
Oh my God,
Lindsay!
Lindsay! We did. Did you hear the tone of of her voice too as she said it though? She was a victim of female genital mutilation.
Listen, Linda. It's almost over.
Why are we laughing? This isn't funny.
This is a comedy.
Somalia.
This is a comedy game show podcast.
Okay. Woo! Then when she was 13, her parents arranged for her to marry a man in his 60s.
Oh, it gets better.
She ran away from home, and eventually she arrived in London, where she became a successful blank. Okay?
Whatever it is, good for her.
Woo! What was she? Did she become a doctor? Did she become a writer? Or did she become a model?
Whose question is this?
Wait,
It's
yeah,
Whitney.
does Kelly go first or do I go first?
No, Whitney, you go first.
I think she was a model.
That is correct.
Yay, good job.
She even appeared in a James Bond film, and then she founded an organization called Desert Flower, which combats female genital mutilation around the world. She's a mother of 4 children, and she's incredible.
That's awesome. Thank you.
So,
Wow.
woo!
Is she that model that's like almost pitch black? 'Cause that's the one I'm thinking of. She's exquisitely gorgeous.
I actually don't know.
What's her name?
Waris Dearie.
Waris Dearie.
So she was born in 1965.
Okay.
I gotta look her up. I'll look her up later.
Look her up. Everyone look her up, and then everyone donate to Desert Flower.
What amazing lady.
I think we're less depressing now. I think we got all the bad ones out. Kelly, you ready for the next question?
I don't know.
Woo! This one's not depressing. Well, now we're on Up and Up, kids. All right. Elizabeth Cady Stanton. Elizabeth Cady Stanton was a leader in the women's suffrage and abolitionist movement.
I recognize her name.
All while raising 7 children. Happy, lucky
magic number for kids in this game.
She worked with Susan B. Anthony to establish the National Women's Suffrage Association, successfully helping to get women the right to vote via the 19th Amendment. Here's a little history question for you.
God.
Which president became the first president whose mother was eligible to vote? Was it A, Calvin Coolidge, B, Herbert Hoover, or C, FDR?
FDR.
Yes!
We love FDR on this show.
We really love FDR on this show.
Because he was the one in Annie.
Yes. Okay. I told you we're going up. We're climbing up
woo,
this hill.
Okay, here we go.
$4. I need a new deal. Stand up. I can't.
Oh.
We really love FDR on this podcast. He's
Who
mentioned
doesn't?
way too many times.
Yeah.
And Eleanor.
he was an Annie.
You gotta give her. She's a.
She was
amazing.
She was amazing. She really was she was the one we should be talking about. All right.
Well, you didn't put her in the game.
No, I didn't. Okay. Princess Diana. We're going to talk about Princess Diana, Whitney. She used her status as a royal figure to work with charities that supported children's hospitals and to raise awareness and combat landmines, which were a significant problem in the 90s.
I remember that.
In 1981, she made history when she refused to say blank during her wedding vows. Did she refuse to say, A, that she would obey Prince Charles, B, did she refuse to say, till death do us part, or C, did she refuse to say, I hereby give myself to you?
Obey?
Yes, that is correct.
Wow.
That's the most offensive one.
It was a big deal at the time.
Good for
and
her.
The New York Times broke the news 4 weeks before the wedding even took place. She had
Broken
already
news.
said that she wasn't going to say it, which means she probably got permission from the Queen.
Ah, okay.
Heyo. Okay, last question, Kelly. You ready?
All right, I'm ready.
Let's talk about Mary Kay. Now,
Right.
Kelly
Kelly
has a connection to Mary Kay.
Every time I think about Mary Kay, I think about my ex-boyfriend Ryan, who he said that his mom or his aunt or someone worked for Mary Kay, and she was like a salesperson, whatever, and like she went to some big Mary Kay like convention where Mary Kay was speaking. And Mary Kay got like wheeled out on stage and like she was like super, super old. She was in a wheelchair, like covered in blankets. She got wheeled out on stage and it looked like the Weekend at Bernie's. And they're like, is this woman even actually alive? Or they're just broadcasting her voice and she's just like sitting there.
Still there.
But good for her. The pink car, the pyramid scheme.
Yes.
Gotta love it all. It's great.
So her name is Mary Kay Ash. She was 45.
Mary Kate and Ashley.
That's what I thought.
Right?
Yes. She was, maybe they're not even real. Maybe
I've always
Mary
thought
Kay
that they
Ash.
Maybe they're holograms.
Yes.
Maybe it's the Mandela effect. Okay. She was 45
The
years
Nelson
old.
Mandela effect?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Question from the back. What's the Mandela effect?
It's the butterfly effect?
Oh, is that the same name? Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, just go with it.
I
Say it
think
with
I made
authority,
it up.
like a man.
Teacher, I made it up.
What does that mean? That Mary Kate stepped on a butterfly? She went in the past and stepped on a butterfly
came back as Mary Kate and Ashley.
Back to the future.
Yeah,
She was
when
too big
what
for
about-
one body.
she was too big for
She
one.
had to split like a butterfly wings.
You're a fucking genius.
That's right.
Wings.
Like butterfly
I know.
wings. Right.
She's a genius. Okay, Mary Kay Ash. She was 45 years old when she founded Mary Kay Cosmetics in 1963.
See, she was super old when
She was super old. She died in 2001.
Not then, but when my
Well, they died at
ex-boyfriend's mom was going to the
Yeah, they
convention.
died at 50 back then because they were just smoking and taking diet pills.
Yes, exactly. She has since become $1 billion cosmetic.
Wait, did she have 7 children?
No, she died in 2001.
Okay.
She did not. She did not have 7 children. But she was a single mom and she had 3 children.
Okay.
She was working in sales at a home products company and she would watch all these men around her get these promotions and she wasn't getting promotions. She was just sick of it. She was like, fuck these people. I'm starting my own thing.
Fair.
So she launched her own company. She wanted to give women the opportunity to work in sales on their own time and be their own boss. Where was her first storefront? Was it A, St. Louis, Missouri, B, Birmingham, Alabama, or C, Dallas, Texas? Where did it all begin?
Missouri.
Incorrect. Whitney, this is your chance to steal. Do you want to steal?
Lindsay, can you repeat B and C, please?
Yes. Birmingham, Alabama, or Dallas, Texas?
I'm going to go with Dallas, Texas.
That is correct.
Nice.
Yes.
That was my next guess.
Well, you guys, that was the fun-filled, loving, super lighthearted
Wow.
game.
Jesus
Whoa,
Christ.
mama.
Whoa, mama.
Yikes.
Okay. Now I'm
You know,
sad.
when I was typing female genital mutilation, it didn't
As one does.
seem as depressing.
Really?
As when I
Really?
It's one
said
of the most depressing topics I could think of at this moment.
Now I'm very interested to
done
see
this.
what wish shows up in your Instagram feed trying to sell you.
Oh,
after
yeah.
you
What are they
Googled
going to
that.
try to sell you?
You're right.
Bandages?
You're right. You know, I wish we had done that like third.
Well,
we didn't.
we didn't. We did it when we did it, and now we're all super happy, and we're all pumped up for geography class.
Woo!
Oh, God.
This is Whitney's other favorite subject.
So this game is called I Have a Question.
Okay.
So
Okay,
you're
I'm here.
gonna need a pen or pencil and paper, and you're both gonna be answering the questions, and you just can both get a point if you get it right.
Okay.
So you're gonna write sort of like Jeopardy. You're gonna write down your answer, and then you just tell us what you wrote, or you show it. Okay?
Can't I just use my mouth and tell you?
No.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
No, you have to write it down.
Oh, it's like, are we playing Pictionary on Zoom? Okay.
You can
draw
if
it.
you prefer. You could draw it if you want.
So I'm gonna write on this because this isn't the nerdiest thing. I have my Chaucer
A
book,
Riverside
which I love.
Chaucer.
I love that.
Good stuff. The Hasratus and the Hobla Heroda. Sorry.
I don't even know what
I'm going to have to look that up later after I look up the Mandela effect.
That was a very drunk try at the Canterbury Tales. Thank you so much for coming. Bye.
Oh. The Canterbury Tales. There was there was an old woman
who lived in a shoe,
a priest,
No.
and there was who were there? All these people that were like
Little Miss
traveling.
Muffet's out on a tuffet.
No,
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Got it.
Everyone's horny. They're all doing it. It's crazy.
Mhm.
Right.
Sounds sexy.
It was
All right.
very raunchy for the time.
All right, everyone. Number 1.
Oh, just straight out of the box. We're not saying if there's a theme or anything.
It's
Geography.
geography for elementary school.
Great.
Still gonna fail it. You have
That's
no
why
idea how bad
It's
I am at
harder this way. It's actually harder this way, I think, sometimes, because I'm going to ask you, number 1,
Oh, no.
name the 7 continents.
Okay.
Name
All right.
the 7 continents.
Oh, God. I'm already embarrassed.
It's like the simple things. You're just not quite sure if you know it, and we're about to find out.
Okay. Okay. I think I know it.
All right, Lindsay, what do you got?
Okay.
Wait, are you ready, Whitney?
Yes.
Yeah. You're not just going to copy Lindsay's answers if she gets them all right?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, what do you got, Linz?
Is
What?
North America a continent?
Yes,
Okay.
very good.
That's
Okay.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Is South America a continent?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I also wrote Africa.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also wrote. Oh no, I wrote
no.
Asia twice.
We'll figure it out.
Asia.
Asia's one.
Then I wrote Antarctica.
Yes.
Then I wrote Australia.
Yup.
Yeah.
And now I'm missing one.
What do you think it is?
I have
Central
Europe.
America.
No!
Europe?
What are you?
Yes.
Oh,
Europe.
I'm such an idiot.
Whitney takes it.
Whitney takes it.
Even
Only
if
because she
she-
gave me Asia. I was missing Asia.
Bitch.
I
Took my
Lindsay,
Asia.
I'm gonna share that
Should've
win with
taken
you.
your Europe. Okay,
yeah,
I'll take a point.
this is a co.
All right, take it. Take
yeah,
it.
this
Take
is
it.
a
Take
co-win.
it.
Thank
Take
you,
it. Take
Whitney.
it. Take
You're
it.
very kind.
God, I love
All
podcasts
right.
where I can drink. We should do this all the time.
Yes, you can.
Absolutely. You
live
can
your
always
life.
drink here.
Yes.
Number
Okay.
2. Name the 5 oceans.
Oh,
Name the
Fuck
5.
you. Fuck you. Fuck off.
fuck you.
Yeah, I will.
There's
and I won't.
5.
There. Well, yes, I'm helping you out by letting you know how many there are.
Okay.
5 oceans.
Okay.
You can do this as a. You know what? Do it as a team. You can do it as a team.
Okay, I
Well,
got
give
Indian,
us-
Pacific, and Atlantic.
That's what I got.
Indian, Pacific, Atlantic. Okay,
so
you're
what
missing
are we
2.
Forgetting.
You're missing 2.
Not a sea. We're looking for oceans. Aegean? Is there an Aegean
That's the
Ocean or
sea.
something?
That's
That's
the
a sea.
The Hudson.
What
The
about
Klamath?
the Gulf? What about that Gulf? Is that not an ocean?
No, it's not a Gulf. Think
Mm.
about, so you have Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian. Think about the other extremities of the world.
Antarctic Ocean.
Yes!
Is there an Asian Ocean?
It's the Arctic Ocean and the Southern Ocean, which is basically the Antarctic Ocean.
I'm gonna
Oh,
call
I
bullshit
wouldn't
on the
know
Southern
that.
Ocean. I don't think
It's
that's
called
a
the
thing.
Southern. It's called the Southern Ocean.
Look it up.
Look it up. Look it up, Whitney.
I'm calling bullshit
Well,
on
do we
that.
get a point?
Well, you're getting a point, so don't argue.
You get a point?
No, Whitney got the point.
Okay,
I think she
okay.
got it.
So
Tie goes to the
Arctic
guest.
and Southern.
All right.
All right.
All right. Now, you know what? Okay, I'm going to go back and forth now. I'm going to
Okay.
go back and forth so it's not confusing.
Okay.
All right. Whitney,
Yeah.
what is the largest country in the world, land mass-wise? Oh, I know that. Well, it's not your
Was Australia a country?
Australia is a country and a continent, although I'll just have to tell you, some sites were telling me that the continent was actually Australasia or
Oh, it
something
is
like that.
Australia.
Australasia. But anyway, besides the point, yes, Australia is both a continent and a country,
Then I'm gonna go with
Um,
Australia.
and that is incorrect.
Damn it.
Lindsay, do you know what the largest country in the world is?
Russia.
Is it Russia?
It's Russia.
Okay,
It's Russia.
that was my second
Yes.
guess.
You can get the point, Lindsay.
Russia.
Lindsay, what country?
I'm not looking. I can't even
okay.
see. My
You're
eyes
right.
I
are
feel
going.
like
All right.
I feel like Lindsay should get that point, but I get an assist, like maybe a half point.
We can give you a half a point.
But you already gave her the point. Did you give her an actual
Not for
point?
Russia.
Oh,
because
she gets
I knew
Russia.
Russia, but
She
she
had
said
that
it
okay.
first.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. Okay.
You got to put. I gave you half.
Lindsay,
Yes,
what
ma'am.
country has the largest population?
China.
Yes.
Woo!
All right. Number 5.
Hate this
Whitney.
game. Yeah.
I know you do. We're gonna get it over. We're halfway done.
You know what I left out of that mom game? You guys should be
What?
happy about it. There was
What?
a woman
Oh,
who
God.
was collecting babies out of trash cans in China when they were like killing the girl babies. Okay, so it could have been worse.
But you just told us that.
It could have been worse.
Jesus
All right, let's keep going.
Christ. What is the tallest mountain in the world where there's no dead babies?
Kilimanjaro.
Jesus Christ.
They weren't dead.
Well, thank God.
Is
Good.
it
Well, that's good
Kilimanjaro?
news.
Is it Kilimanjaro?
Thank God they weren't dead.
No.
No, it's not Kilimanjaro.
Everest.
Yes, it's Everest. You were gonna say it, Linz? All right. Let's do it over.
Who was the first? Who were the first 2 men to scale Everest?
Why are you asking the teacher?
Why are you asking
Why?
us
I
this?
feel threatened as a teacher.
I'm asking because my crazy ass stepmom had 2 Rottweilers and she named them
So one, oh yeah,
After-
yeah. I looked it up. and I
Edmund
forgot.
Hillary.
Yeah, there was Edmund Hillary, and then there was like someone who was like from there. Of course, we don't know his name.
Sherpa Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't find it fast enough, and we're moving on.
That's the name of my
I can look it up.
parapsychologist agency, Sherpa Joe.
Sherpa
we find
Joe.
ghosts.
Sherpa Joe.
We find ghosts on mountains.
Now that's an idea. You could go talk to all the people that have died trying to climb Everest.
I'm so obsessed with that, Kelly. Like the guy at
It's
the green
crazy
boots,
when
you know, that they have all
Yes.
these like markers
Yes.
of the dead bodies. And everyone's like, oh, the
Yes.
guy, the green boots guy. Like, if you hit green
Yeah.
boots guy, turn left. And then
Right.
Isn't
Go up.
that crazy?
It's nuts. It's completely
crazy.
insane.
Totally nuts. Okay,
How
do I
tall-
ask
this-
my questions now?
Okay,
No.
it's
Oh.
Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay.
That's right.
Okay.
Got that one.
Over under for both of you. How tall is Mount Everest? So, or I'll just don't go over. Whoever gets like it's the Price is Right rules
In feet?
in feet. How tall is Mount Everest?
Oh.
I'm so bad at this. I literally have no idea about numbers.
All
I
right,
think it's 6,000 Ryan Goslings.
6,000 Ryan Gosling. Wait,
That's
does that
my
mean I have
new.
to-
You figure that it's math.
Yeah, that's her That's her final
Okay,
answer.
so 6,000 times how tall Ryan Gosling is? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. My final answer.
yeah, yep, stacked on top of each other. I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say, you said 6,000.
6,000 Ryan Goslings.
I'm gonna say 6,000 Danny DeVitos.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
The conversion.
I don't know the conversion, and I don't have a calculator in front of me, so I'm just going to say neither one of you get a point. But it's 29,032 feet.
I was wrong anyway. I was saying 200,000.
Oh, she was outside of that. That's a big difference. Okay, guys. One more question about Everest, because obviously I really enjoyed learning about it at the time that I wrote this game. Let's do this for Whitney. What mountain range is it part of? Okay, or you have a second option for a question.
Oh, please.
Which two countries does it form the border of? You have 2 opportunities here for a point, Whitney. Or
Thank God I'm pretty because I just fucking everything up.
Can we name one?
You can, but you won't get a point. But you
Uganda.
Can
I'm
try.
gonna say Nepal.
Yes.
That one?
Right. You can get a point if you know the other country. So it forms a board. Basically,
India?
it's a board. No, good guess though. Very good guess.
Nepal and
Sri Lanka?
No, that's a good guess. That's definitely really far away though.
Pakistan.
What is it?
It is
One of the GANs.
Tibet. It's Tibet.
Oh.
It's Tibet, of course, claimed by China, but that's cruel. Yes. Yes.
All right.
Make it
All right,
smart.
Lindsay, last question.
Yes,
This is
talk
the
to
last
me.
question. We're done, you guys. Okay.
Okay.
Helsinki is the capital of what country?
I know this.
Do you?
Finland.
Yes.
It
Thank
is
you
Finland.
for giving me a point.
I love you. You're welcome.
Finland! That was not what I was going to say, but I'm going to take the point.
You got the point. Yeah. That was very generous of you, Whitney.
I got you, boo. I got you.
Thank you. The team effort on Fuck You, I'm Smarter.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, that's not right. So I looked it up. I'm like, it couldn't possibly be Finland. And of course it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, they got it wrong. I was looking at like kidsgeographyquestions.com or whatever. And I'm like, that's wrong. They're wrong. It's obviously Sweden. I don't know what I thought.
I thought it was Sweden or like Switzerland. Not Switzerland.
No, don't
Sweden.
do this Sweden-Switzerland thing again.
Wait, I have a crazy idea for recess.
Uh-huh.
What if we did Whitney's game for recess?
That's a great idea.
Should we do it?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Whitney, do you want to lead the game for recess?
Yes, I do.
Yay!
Okay,
Yes.
ladies, this game is based on not parapsychology, but my second greatest passion, which is musical theater. Jazz hands, please.
Oh, thank you, Whitney. Jazz hands.
Thank you. And they're doing it, and I love it. Okay.
Lindsay's definitely going to win this. I'm terrible.
Maybe not.
I'm terrible at this.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone of South Park wrote this Tony Award winning musical.
Book of
Go.
Mormon.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, next to Evita, my second favorite musical.
It's so good.
It's very good.
Whitney, how many questions do you have?
I have 4.
Great.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Because I read the email and you said 4 to 5.
You're amazing. She's amazing, this one.
Thanks.
She's
Really on
amazing,
top
this
of
one.
it.
She is.
Okay. How old is the oldest Von Trapp brat in Sound of Music?
I am 16.
16.
17.
16. Yes.
I'm the one who said 16 first.
I am
I guess
16.
you did. You sang it.
I said it.
Okay, you guys are going to nail this because it's already come up. Which little red-haired orphan do I want to punch in the throat?
Annie.
Yes. Kelly got a point.
Okay.
And
I
FDR was
fucking
in.
hate Annie.
Aww,
Because if you grow up in musical theater, you always have like a 12-to-1 ratio of girls to boys. So they always do Annie.
Right.
Over and over. And
Over
I have
again.
played Parker or Pitsy. I've played Grace.
Pepper.
I've played Annie. I've played them all. And I freaking cannot go to one more Annie of, any like community theater. I'm like, I'm done.
Is your daughter into theater?
She is. She was in Chicago last year, bringing that around full circle.
Cicero.
She
Did
played,
she feel fancy?
She played the Russian.
Yes. Nice.
So
That's
she's
awesome.
dances. She's dancer.
Oh my God. And she is a ballerina. So she did the beautiful,
wow.
That's so cool.
and they hung her. It was very dramatic. She's really
Beautiful.
Love it.
Okay. This might be super easy. Which musical opens with the line, how does a bastard, orphan, son of a whore, and a Scotsman?
Hamilton. Woo!
You guys nailed it. I made these too easy.
Thank you for writing that quiz. I am a musical theater nerd, so I really
you too?
appreciated
Okay.
it. Yes. Kelly's a theater nerd, but she's not as much a musical theater nerd.
You guys are in entertainment, so you probably like it.
Yeah. I just don't like it quite as much as Lindsay. But I do, I have my things.
One of my favorite shows is Passing Strange. Did you ever listen to the soundtrack for Passing Strange?
Tell me everything.
It's so good. I highly recommend it. I saw it. It was before I moved here, so it was like maybe 9-10 years ago. And the lead was, what's his name from Hamilton? Leslie Odom Jr. was the lead. And the soundtrack is incredible. It is so good.
I've even heard of it.
So good. And they let you drink in your seats. They let you, they came around with drinks. It was very kind of bluesy. It was a really cool show.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorites.
Okay. I am obsessed and addicted. Also, if you haven't watched Ginny and Georgia on Netflix, That's delightful.
But I've heard. Okay. All right.
I was
I'm into
surprised
it.
how much I enjoyed that. And then my friends turned me on to Rake, Rake, which is
I don't
an
know that
Australian show.
either.
So good.
Great.
Cool.
Not
Wow.
musicals, but good.
Right.
Did you do musical theater when you were younger?
100%.
So you
And I was not good.
Do you sing now?
Yes.
I love it.
I'm horrible.
Yay!
I was a really good actress, and then I was a pretty good dancer, but I was just a bad singer. So I never would get a lead because leads
you were a
have to
double threat.
It's that third threat.
It was the third threat.
For me, the third threat is dancing. I'm like, oh,
Me too.
no, I can only do it if I'm making it up.
But you can sing. See, I'm so envious. I wanted boobs and I wanted to be able to sing. And one you can buy, but the other you can't. Like,
wait, you were literally the real life Dance 10 Looks 3 when she could sing.
Yes. Well,
I forgot.
Well, yeah, then there is, I can never really sing. You can never really sing.
That's what I was thinking of. Yes.
And so we did chorus line my senior year and I was like, nailed it, got the nom singing. Well, actually, you're supposed to actually be able to sing. So I was, check this, in the chorus of a chorus line.
Wow, very meta.
What does that mean? That means you're on stage for the very first audition sequence for 45 seconds. And then the very, 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 very end, like dun, 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 dun.
Now let's think about that for a minute. There's a lot of people out there that like did that on Broadway for 20 years where they were only in the first number and the last number.
It's a job.
What did they do with the whole show?
They searched for ghosts and got their
in the theater, and there's ghosts in theaters.
Definitely. That's
where you should. It's a
Kelly,
show.
It's our show.
It's a show where it's like interactive theater where you're actually searching for the ghosts.
Can I be the ghost? Can I be the ghost?
Do you want to act?
But it's real ghosts. You have to die. Kill you.
Wait, ladies. So I have to pitch you because you're in entertainment. So I'm writing a couple features, but one of my features is called Ghost Hooker, and it's based.
Already love it.
Right, tagline. Either way, you're fucked. Like brilliant tagline.
You're hired. Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you.
That's so great.
But it's all about a haunted theater. And these girls that were both actresses, courtesans that are protecting this theater because there's buried gold, and it's really funny. And it's like, because I love J.J. Abrams and that whole cabin in the woods horror genre, like comedy horror.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to write that when I get an agent.
I love that.
You're greenlit. Let's do
it. Let's do it.
Thank you. And I would love your advice because you guys are, how do you get managers when you're a 50-year-old white woman who's never had trauma? Like, it's hard. My friend's she's the head of William Morris. Like, she's one of my best friends. I'm like, she's who you need to ask. I'm a writer and here's my awesome spec script. And she goes, this is fucking garbage. And I can't sell you because you're a pretty white woman that's never like, I need people of color. I need transgender. I need people who have struggled. I'm like, my maid put my Lululemons in the dryer once. You guys fuck out, get out of my office. So I was like, okay, here's where
But you've created your own brands. Like you have, I mean, I understand that you're looking for like the next thing, whatever, but you're doing all the things that you're supposed to be doing.
I can't remember if it was Amy Poehler or Tina Fey in one of in Bossy Pants, Tina Fey's book. She said, if you can't find the roles as an actress that you want to play, write them. Yeah. And that stuck with me. I read that like 15 years ago. I'm like, yeah, I might as well start doing the sketches that I think are funny.
Yes. Right.
Because
I'll never forget, I was at a party when I was living in New York. I was dating somebody that was like kind of in the Broadway scene. And
was it Steve?
No, it wasn't Steve. It wasn't the blowjob Steve. It was a different blowjob.
Different blowjob.
And we were in like this house and like all these famous people were there. It was like Marlo Thomas and Phil Donahue. And it was just like a very interesting, weird. And it was in like Harlem and it was just like very New York. Mm-hmm. And I remember hearing someone behind me go, you got to create your own stuff, man. You got to create your own stuff. And I'm like, if these people are saying that, then like we all feel the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this business, that's why Brad Pitt has a production company. That's why, I mean, these people just want to produce their own stuff just like we do. So it was actually very inspiring for me because I was like, I'm on the right track. I'm writing my own stuff, you know? But it was just very interesting to hear how the other half was saying the same exact thing as that. So just, you know, you got to like stick with it and keep trucking it, baby.
I'm gonna ask my cat what he thinks. Oh, I can't. He's having sex with a stuffed animal.
This is second week in a row her cat is having sex with the stuffed animal. Maybe next time we record, you should take it away.
I'm worried that if I take that away, he's gonna try to hump his sister.
Got it. That's
he used to grab the scruff of the other cat's neck and like get behind her and thrust his pelvis into the air. But now he does it to a stuffed mouse tail that was part of a Halloween costume in which I was one of 3 blind mice.
And it's very loud.
Funny. Well, I have a 15-year-old boy, so I'm used to things rubbing up against things.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Should we go to film class?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
We keep going?
Yeah, we're going to keep going. So we're going to do film class. Now, this is in honor of your blog or your whole entity, the new Stepford. So can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Oh, okay. So the new Stepford is because I had my second child and I'm pretty sure I had an emotional breakdown. Totally. And I got into blogging, and the new Stepford was like, I am the worst wife in the world. Like, I don't cook. You have to get me really drunk to have sex. Like, I just fail in pretty much all the wifely departments. And it's like, so what's the new version of the perfect wife?
Right.
Being the Stepford. So I'm like, the new Stepford is kind of this modern day woman who owns her shame and owns her vulnerability and owns how much all the things she sucks at. And I wanted to put that out there into the world to be like, we need to start normalizing that motherhood is hard, that you're allowed to say, I fucking hate my kids someday. You're allowed to say, I mourn the loss of who I used to be when I was skinny and hot and cool and fun. Like, let's have those honest conversations about what motherhood is. And I don't want letterboards and I don't want Pinterest pages. I don't resonate with those people or those channels. So that's kind of how it started.
Cool.
Now, what I realized was not everyone is, the Stepford Wives was kind of an old book and movie. Not a lot of people know what it is, and it has a negative connotation. So the new Stepford, some people are like, I don't get it. And I'm like, I don't have time to explain it to you. So
You're too young for that.
Yeah.
You're too young.
Fucking Google it. Come on.
Yeah.
Information is at the tip of your fingers. Google it.
So that's how the new Stepford came to be.
Cool.
And just working, growing the channel and just connecting with moms and connecting with talent like you guys. I love anybody that's putting themselves out there like you guys are and just being like, here we go. This is what we're going to try. And we're going to do it every week, and we're going to get better, and we're going to fail, and we're going to learn, and we're going to grow. And I think what you guys are doing is amazing.
Thank you. And Whitney, you've had so much success. Like, I was looking at all your content online. You've just had so much success on the Today Show and so much press. And it's just really cool to see like that hard work pays off. So kudos to you on that.
Thank you. That's
and
nice
in
to hear.
honor of the Stepford Wives, we're going to do a little deep dive into the Stepford Wives films.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh my God.
And these are fun. These are fun questions. So
Okay.
don't take them too seriously. So Kelly, have you seen the original? Have you seen the remake?
I know I've seen some of the original. I don't know if I've like watched the whole thing. I have like an image of it in my head. I feel like either I saw it or I saw some of it at some point in my life.
And Whitney,
but
what
the new
about
one,
you?
no, I don't even know when that came out.
Same thing. I'm
didn't
with
see
Kelly.
it.
Like, I saw the original when I was young and didn't really understand it, and then I saw the Nicole Kidman one later.
And that was kind of a flop, really. I mean,
It was very dumb.
It was really, really hyped, and the cast was incredible, and then it just kind of like was not a good movie at all.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, so The Stepford Wives is a 1975 American satirical. It was actually a horror film. The original is a horror film. The men kill their wives and create the robots. So it's actually
that's right.
much more controversial than kind of the fluffy 2004 remake. It was directed by Brian Forbes, written by William Goldman, and starred Catherine Ross, Paula Prentice, and Peter Masterson. Its plot followed a woman who relocates with her husband and children from New York City to the Connecticut community of Stepford, where she comes to find that women live unwaveringly subservient lives to their husbands. So any young fucks that don't know what the Stepford Wives is, there you go. So, Whitney, true or bullshit?
Oh, good.
The
Let's
movie
go.
was based off of an idea for a play. True or bullshit?
Okay, I've read William Goldman's biography about this. That was never brought up, but I feel like it's too random a question to not be true. I think it's true.
That is correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Ira Levin was originally going to write this as a stage play, and he started to, and he's like, there's way too many people in this. This is going to be a huge production, so I'm just going to make it a novel instead. And then the film was based on the novel, which was written in 1972.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have some trivia if we get to the trivia portion of this.
Ooh, all right, cool. So, Kelly.
Yes.
After the movie was released in 1975, there was actually a huge feminist demonstration against it. They saw it as sexist because the women, like I said, were being murdered and changed into robots to obey their husbands.
Mm-hmm.
One of the protesters even hit director Brian Forbes with an umbrella. She beat him with an umbrella.
I support it.
So here's my question. Jordan Peele's social thriller Get Out was directly influenced by the Stepford Wives and Blank, which were both based on books by Ira Levin. A. Roman Polanski's Rosemary's Baby. B. Stanley Kramer's Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Or C. Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window.
What's the actual question again? What?
He was influenced.
Who?
So Jordan Peele, who wrote Get Out. He was directly influenced.
Guess Who's Coming to Dinner?
Incorrect.
Damn
You
it.
want to try to steal, Whitney?
Okay, that's what I was going to go with. What's the first one?
Rosemary's Baby or Rear Window?
I'm going to go with, oh, geez, neither one of them seem applicable to Get Out.
Maybe just
I'll go Rosemary's Baby.
That is correct.
All right, okay. I kind of
Yes.
see that loose connection.
It's been in several of his interviews. It's on the IMDb.
Oh, okay.
They
All
say
right.
that he mentioned.
So what are you
it
saying? We're
sometimes.
stupid because we didn't read those interviews? Are you saying you're better than us? Or is that what you're trying to say?
But that movie, fuck.
Fucking awesome.
Fuck.
I never saw it because I was afraid and no one would
Oh,
watch it
she
with me,
doesn't-
and
I'll
then I
watch it
didn't
with
watch
you.
it. Really?
Of course, I love
Because
it.
I really want to see it. I was
She's
just
terrible with
afraid.
any horror movie. She gets so scared. She gets so freaked out. She doesn't watch any horror movie. I'll
Yeah.
totally watch it with you. It's
Will you?
fantastic.
But yet,
Okay.
genital mutilation, not a problem.
I mean,
That's just a Thursday.
I'm not seeing it. You know what I
Dead
mean?
babies in trash cans.
They weren't
They
dead.
weren't dead. They
She
weren't
was
dead.
saving them. She
Oh,
was
that's
saving them.
better then.
You guys, there was also a Holocaust question.
Come
that I
on!
Give me a break, okay? I'm doing my best.
Jesus
All right, number 3, Whitney.
Christ.
Woo! In the original movie, Whitney, casting directors used Blank as prototypes for the Joanna and Bobby characters. Was it A, Laverne and Shirley, B, Mary Tyler Moore and Valerie Harper, which is obviously Mary Tyler Moore and Rhoda, or C, Betty and Veronica? The
Oh,
comments.
Betty Veronica.
That is incorrect. Kelly, do you want to try to steal?
What's the question?
The casting directors used these characters as prototypes for the two leads, Joanna and Bobby. Is it Laverne and Shirley or Mary Tyler Moore?
Mary Tyler Moore and Rhoda.
That
Yeah,
is
that would be my second
correct. Yes. Okay, this one's a fun one. Kelly, the film had an infamously troubled production. We talked about it was a total flop. There were clashes.
The first one was a flop, too?
I'm sorry.
The second one.
So then after the first one in 1975, in 2004 they did a remake with Nicole Kidman, Bette Midler, Matthew Broderick, and it was directed by Frank Oz, who directed my favorite movie, What About Bob? Yeah, best movie
What
ever.
about
What
Bob?
about Bob? What about Bob? So, total flop, tons of clashes on set between Frank Oz and Nicole Kidman, Bette Midler, Matthew Broderick, Scott Rudin, who was the producer. It was just a disaster. They all have said in interviews that they regretted even being a part.
Oh no, it was their water world?
Yes, it was their water world.
But for the record, I loved it.
Of course you would.
Right?
Yeah, I really I thought it was a great movie.
That's a Kelly movie if there was ever a Kelly movie.
I'm in a name drop when we get to my thing for a second.
Yes.
Okay.
No. Do you want to name drop
Go
now?
ahead, name drop it.
Yeah. So my almost dearest best friend, Krista Capo, has an autistic epileptic son who happens to be a genius painter, like full artist. So I'm friends with Krista for like a year, and I know her husband, Gary, who is just the charmingest, most lovely, wonderful man. And finally I'm like, so Gary, like, what do you do? He's like, oh, I'm into film. I'm like, what do you do? He goes, I'm a director of photography. Okay, what have you worked on? I think I did Waterworld. So I go on his IMDb page, but fuck you, Gary, you're like fucking famous. And he's like, wow. I'm like, what movies have you done? He goes, I don't know. I have to look it up. Hold on. So he just gets on his phone and he's like, he didn't even, the nicest man
so cute
in the world. So I asked him about Waterworld and he goes, yeah, that was kind of a bummer. Like that was all he could do. Yeah.
That must have been really hard to work on as a DP.
I'm sure. I thought it was really good.
I loved it.
It wasn't bad.
I stand by it. I loved it.
I never saw it.
Of course you didn't. It's not a
I
horror
don't
movie.
like water. I don't like water. I'm not in the water.
I'm the one who doesn't do boats.
I don't do water.
All right.
Then you're not gonna like that shark movie that just came out where they're under and the sharks come and it's like. Bleh.
I don't even know about it. I didn't even know there was a shark. I've been ignoring movies this year and pretending like nothing's happening.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I've been watching just like reruns of, not reruns, I mean it's on Netflix, but I've just been watching like New Girl.
Oh, that's
adorable.
Fluffy and fun.
It's just
fluffy and fun, getting you through it.
It's getting me through. I think this might be, I just started watching it again from the beginning. Like I think there's like 9 seasons.
Oh
I think
Did you
this
do
is my
Schitt's
second
Creek?
time this pandemic.
I did Schitt's Creek.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Brilliant.
So good.
Brilliant.
I mean, it's not as good as Ghost Hooker.
Yeah, no, not as good as Ghost Hooker, and not as good as the 2004 remake of The Stepford Wives.
Right.
Oh, we're coming back.
We're coming back to that. Okay.
So even Frank Oz was like, I regret doing this movie. And
you live and you learn.
he said he made mistakes. He was worried about what Paramount thought. Paramount was telling him to do this. These actors were telling him to do this. And he just he got flustered and it was a flop. So the remake was originally going to keep the book's ending, but it changed, and they changed their mind when A, Nicole Kidman threatened to leave production, so they had to rewrite it to wrap it up real fast. B, test audiences didn't like it, so they changed it. Or C, Paramount asked for them to go in a different direction. A, B, or C?
Is this me?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Nicole Kidman threw a hissy fit.
That is incorrect.
Aww.
Whitney, do you want to try to steal?
I would say the
Test
audiences didn't like it.
That is correct. They were getting super bad feedback from their audiences, so they tried to change it, and then there were all these weird writing flaws, and then none of it made sense, and it just all went to shit.
That was like a perfect example of a Frankenstein. Like everybody's notes are coming in, and you're just trying to appease
everyone. Trying to shove it all together.
Like Coming to America 2, that one that just came out.
Yes, I didn't see it yet.
Don't. It was exactly like
Did not.
Like everybody in the room had an idea, and you're just Frankensteining these ideas into something that made no sense.
Sometimes simple is better.
Well, the Stepford Wives, like they had a template. The movie was already made. Why did they fuck it up so bad?
Sometimes
because I think it was
try to reinvent the wheel. You know?
Yeah, and I think it was Me Too. We want Glenn Close's head pops off and she's John Voight. I don't remember exactly how it ended.
Yeah,
the whole twist.
Sounds like Mars Attacks.
Yeah, it was a little, and it was kind of around that time, I think.
Mars Attacks is a great movie.
That's a
Let's
great
revisit
movie.
that.
I did revisit that recently, and it was really good.
That's great.
All right.
Whitney.
Whitney.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman accepted the role in the film when she heard that she was working with Frank Oz, and she said yes because she was a huge fan of A, Miss Piggy, who he did the voice of, B, Yoda, who he's the voice of Yoda, or C, Cookie Monster, who he is the voice of Cookie Monster.
Mm-hmm. Do you know fucking
fan.
clue?
Miss Piggy, Yoda, or Cookie Monster?
Who was Frank Oz the voice of?
No, who did she sign
Miss
on
Piggy.
for? Yes, she was a huge Miss Piggy fan, and she said, this is the closest I'm going to get to Miss Piggy, so I will do the movie. All right, Kelly, last question. Ready?
Yep.
Reports of problems on set between Frank Oz and Nicole Kidman, Bette Midler, Christopher Walken, Glenn Close, and Roger Bart were rampant in the press. Oz confirmed in an interview that there was tension on set, and he had words with blank. He also blamed blank for being under a lot of stress from other projects. She made a lot of mistakes, and she was bringing her stress on set. So, did he have words with Matthew Broderick and Glenn Close was bringing a lot of stress on set? Did he have words with Christopher Walken and Bette Midler was fucking it up?
Oof.
Or was it C? He had words with Christopher Walken and Nicole Kidman was a real bag of wax.
Let's say C.
That is incorrect. Whitney, do you want to try to steal? What is that? Yes, that is correct. Which I love little Bette Midler. But you know what? Everyone has a bad month. 2 months? 6 months? How long did it take to film the movie? Who knows? I love her. Well, that was film class, you guys. And I named that game.
Oh, yeah. What'd you name it?
I named that game Step Up with Your Stepford Wives Tales. I don't know.
Wow, Lindsay. So, all right. Are we ready to go to our next
last class?
All right. Make this short and sweet. All right, guys. Beautiful game, Lindsay. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Game naming.
Thank you.
Lindsay gets mad at me because I never name my games. We're going to home ec class.
Oh,
great.
Okay,
and the name of this game is etiquette class.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Very, very
clever, right?
Clever.
Really clever. Yeah. You see what I did?
Oh no, etiquette.
Etiquette class. Yes, in honor of the new Stepford and Stepford wives. Like, how much do we know about,
Nothing.
table manners?
Literally nothing.
Great.
Nothing.
Whitney, we'll start with you. Number one.
Sure.
Why?
Okay.
This is a multiple choice. Why is it considered bad manners to put your elbows on the table?
Literally, my elbows were just on the table.
Well, we're not eating.
Right.
Is it A, you might accidentally place your elbow into a dish? B, it could be considered a threatening action. C, you might break the table. Or D, because mama said so and that's all I need to know.
I'm going to go with D because I don't know why.
That is correct. That is correct.
I was like,
Mama said so.
I would have accepted any of those answers because those are all reasons that I read about on the internet today.
Oh, okay.
So yes, of course, you might accidentally place your elbow in a dish or on your plate or something like that, right?
Right.
You might break the table because certain tables are a little wonky and there is some history of that being the case. Hello, dog.
Doggy. Hello, dog.
There is some kind of history there about, you might tip over the table. The main one, though, that I read about was that the most kind of ancient one is that it's considered a threatening action.
Okay.
It could be considered a threatening action. For earlier civilizations, it was a way to prevent outbreaks of violence at the table.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, I read this is from Southern Living. Hello, dog. Think of it this way.
You guys it stopped. Should record again?
Oh, yes. Do you know when it stopped?
Just very recently. Maybe the dog broke it.
Okay.
Oh, okay, great. That's all good.
Okay, starting again.
Okay, perfect. From Southern Living, they say, situated on either side of a place setting, the fork and knife act as an imaginary boundary for each person's space at the table. In the olden days, back when social norms were the only thing that kept people in line, crossing that invisible border could be interpreted as a disregard for order. People like that were considered dangerous and capable of anything.
Wow.
This is the origin of not putting your elbows on the table.
Intense.
Yeah. But now it's just sort of like, my mom said it's rude.
Don't
so
be
I don't do it.
rude. Put your freaking elbows away.
Lindsay, this question is for you. You're
Great.
going to like this one. How late is fashionably late for a dinner party? Is it A? Lindsay's looking at me with dagger eyes because I'm always late. Is it A? We're just different types of people.
Okay, what's A?
5 to 10 minutes. B, 10 to 15 minutes. C, no such thing. You should arrive exactly when the host has requested you arrive. Or D, you should arrive 10 to 15 minutes early to assist the host with any last-minute preparations.
I think it's probably D.
That is incorrect, and that is rude to arrive
Right in my
early
face.
to a dinner party.
I was thinking I would want people on time. That's what I would want.
Whitney, is it 5 to 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, or no such thing, you should arrive right on time?
10 to 15 minutes.
That is correct.
Ah, that's so rude.
You want to give the
It's
host
not
a little
rude.
time.
It's a dinner party.
Yeah.
It's
You
a
wanna
dinner party. It's not a
I've
ticket
never
to
made
a
you
show.
cry for a dinner party. I've only made you cry when we've gone on vacation and we are leaving the house at a certain time.
The last time before that time that I was told to be somewhere at a certain time with that group, I was, and then we left an hour later, which is why I was an hour late.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. Are you guys okay? Do you want to hug it out? I'm feeling tension.
She already cried today. It's okay.
Oh, what'd you cry
She won't
about,
cry
Kelly?
It's okay. Lindsay wasn't the one to make me cry.
No,
so
I
it's
held
really
her.
fine.
I actually held her.
She held me a little too close. It was uncomfortable.
Oh.
No, it's fine. That's why I wanted the screaming room. It's just life stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want I just want.
You want to
that
talk
screaming
about it?
room.
We're here. Lindsay and I are here for you.
Yeah.
I
Thank you.
already talked about it, Whitney, and I think we got it.
Okay.
Thank you though.
Thank you, though.
But what you can do is answer me this.
Yes, let's go.
What should you do if you spill something on another guest at a dinner party? Is it A, profusely apologize and try to wipe it up or blot it? B, calmly apologize and offer your napkin? C, make a frenzied demand or a trip to the kitchen for soda water and baking soda, which will literally get out any stain? Or D, say, did I do that? Like Steve Urkel and hope for a laugh. Also, that was in a recent episode of New Girl that I just watched.
Oh, got it.
I think that can we play that based on your relationship to the person that you spilled the beverage on? Because
Yes.
if it's your kid, you're gonna run and be like, clean it up. If it's your husband, you're gonna be like,
This is someone that you've met 3 or 4 times that you're sitting next to at a dinner party of a mutual friend.
I would say profusely apologize and offer your napkin.
You've combined 2 ansers.
Oh, I did I? I would,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the one that's
I'll give
politely
you the
offer
point.
your napkin.
I'll give you the yes, exactly. It's
Very good.
It's calmly apologize and offer your napkin. They say not to make too big a deal.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You don't want to
Don't
create
make
a
too
fuss.
big a deal of it. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah.
For sure.
Lindsay, true or bullshit? Women do not need to remove their hats indoors as men do, unless they are. Oh wait, sorry. Well, I combined 2 questions.
Oh.
We'll start over. We'll put your notes in that.
Classic Kelly.
Classic
move.
Kelly. It always happens, especially near the end. Number 4, Lindsay.
Yes.
True or bullshit?
Yes.
Women do not need to remove their hats indoors, but men do.
True.
That is correct.
Thank
That's
God.
And then the caveat to that is number 5. Whitney, finish the sentence. This
Let's
is what
go.
Women do not need to remove their hats indoors as men do, unless it is what kind of a hat? A, a rain hat. B, a church hat. C, a dress hat. Or D, a fedora, because fedoras have been canceled.
A and D.
That is correct.
Whoa. She's like a genius.
Or it's a fez, because nobody's rocking the fez anymore.
That's what.
No
No,
one's
you
rocking the
gotta
fez.
take that. You can't do it. Great.
I mean, it's very hard to look good in a fez.
I don't think I definitely
Did
couldn't do
people
it.
wear fezzes like that weren't in like what was that men's group with the fezzes from Bye Bye Birdie? What was that again? What was that scene in Bye Bye Birdie where they all have the fezzes and they're like...
I don't remember that.
It was like a gentleman's club or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's so funny. Like those musicals now are so cringy. Like when you watch Kiss Me Kate, you watch Bye Bye Birdie, God forbid Carousel. Oh, he hits me because he loves me. And if you really love him, it won't hurt. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
I know.
who?
That's one of the last shows I saw before lockdown.
Carousel?
I was in New York and my friend, they did a remake of Carousel. My friend was the lead, the guy.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, this show is so problematic. And they like made rewrites and I'm like, why? It's worse than it was before. It's worse.
It's like the Stepford Wives.
It's like the Stepford Wives.
But the Stepford Wives, like Kelly, I'm glad you brought that up, that it's a horror movie, because if Margaret Atwood and her whole Handmaid's Tale and the Stepford Wives is kind of the same genre.
Yes.
Sci-fi versus, macabre murder, but it's in that same vein of the patriarchy putting the women down and wanting to
right.
capture
it's like,
them.
Look how bad our society is through this sort of like horror satire.
Yeah.
And look how one worked. Like The Handmaid's Tale is so brilliant, and they tried to make it campy with the remake of Stepford Wives, and it was like a flop because it's like that's not what the point of this was. They wanted a feminist movement. Like that's what they wanted.
And this is my trivia. I'll bring this back. So I read Goldman's book about the show, and the director's wife was one of the Stepford Wives. And originally in the script, all the wives were supposed to be in tiny little tennis skirts and like huge boobs. And the director's wife didn't have that kind of figure. So they put them in these like pastoral, like long gowns with the high necks, which was, now if you watch the movie, you're like, oh, that's, remember they had like hats, and they're like, that wasn't supposed to be that way, but it was because the director's wife couldn't pull off a tennis skirt and a lot of cleavage.
Yeah, I read that.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, fascinating.
I like that he did that.
Couldn't pull it off because she didn't have what was considered a figure, right?
He probably had a little fupa and a little, little chub.
And he was like, I'm just going to cover that fupa up and make you a star.
Yeah, we're going to put you in a long gown.
Just cover your whole body.
So, for extra credit,
Oh.
I'd just like to ask, do you guys know which side of your hat should your adornment go on? Like if you have an ornament or a decoration on your hat, if it should go on the right or the left?
Yes.
And
Whitney's grabbing a hat from behind her. Ah, that looks
it
so
goes
cute
on the...
That she's showing the
right side. That is correct.
Yeah, I would go with right side.
So it's so here's a fun fact. It's the right side for women's hats and the left side for men's hats.
Interesting.
Why?
Well, because you have to delineate the sexes.
Right. They can't be the same.
Yeah. You have to know, just in case you weren't sure if someone was a boy or a girl, look at their hat.
And women are always right.
There we go.
Got it. Yeah.
I think this looks so good with my headset.
That looks really
so
good.
Cute.
Yeah. Can we take a screenshot? She looks great.
I have a very good hat head.
You have a good hat head.
I do have a good hat head. I should wear hats more.
You have a good hat face. I look disgusting.
Thanks. And I've always liked the term millinery. How do you pronounce that? Millinery.
Millinery.
Everybody smile.
I think you say it fast.
Got it.
Beautiful. All right, real quick, guys. We're just going to do rapid fire. This is Table Manners Showdown. Fill in the blank.
Oh.
Whitney, when you sit down, you better turn off your...
phone.
That's right.
Woo!
Lindsay, you must wait for everyone to blank before you start.
Picking up before you're eating.
Wait for everyone
to pick up their forks before you start eating.
Wait for everyone to be seated.
Be seated.
Whitney, put your napkin
in your lap.
That's it. In your lap. It should be the first thing you do when you sit down. All right, Whitney, chew your food. How should you chew
Adverb?
your food? Adverb. Adverbly.
Adverbly.
Adverbly. Chew your food adverbly.
That's my answer.
That is correct.
Woo!
Lindsay, do you know which adverb?
Quietly?
Yes, very good. And this goes along with that. Don't talk, Whitney, don't talk with
Your mouth full.
Your mouth open.
That is correct. Your food in your mouth or your mouth open. Those are both correct. Very good. Lindsay, don't put your blank on the table.
Your elbows?
That is correct.
Woo!
Or your fupa.
Or your fupa.
I say do the
It's
fupa.
so
Why not?
big. It's so big.
Yeah, put it on the table. Just plop it right on there. Let it
Got a
ride.
COVID fupa.
Let it ride. Me too.
So
Whitney,
bad. Yeah.
don't touch your blank with your blank.
Oh.
That's not what a Barbie doll does.
You could go a lot of ways with this one. Don't touch your blank with your blank.
I'm going to go with don't drag your fork against your teeth, because there's a couple
Ooh.
people in my family that do that. That makes me levitate out of my seat.
Like
I'm
this?
like,
No, ew, stop.
Like that?
Oh.
That's terrible.
I don't need this.
That's terrible.
Metal against
Woo!
teeth. No.
I got a loud chewer in my family, and
Oh,
it's
that's also a no-no. You need to tell them they're on this list is a
Gotta chomp them.
No.
Mhm.
No, it's don't touch your food with your hands unless it's like a food touching type of a thing. you know.
okay.
Like corn on the cob, whatever. You know what I mean. All right, Lindsay. Wait for everyone to blank before you get up.
Put their napkins away. Their napkins on the
Just
table?
wait for them to finish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
What if I have to pee?
that's fine.
Same with sex. Wait for them to finish
Yeah.
before you leave.
Yes, that is true. That is true. And then pee. Because you don't want to get a
Exactly.
UTI.
If you have to pee during, you can go pee.
During sex?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
I've
I
never
don't
done
like to
that.
break. Yeah,
Really?
I don't want to break the cycle. Like, I want to keep going.
Break the
Get it
cycle.
over with, you know?
You guys, you're going to be delighted if you do decide to get pregnant and they do the grant where they see the baby and they're like, it's better with a full bladder. Then we can really see better. And then, so drink a lot, but we're going to shove something up you with the camera.
Mm.
I'm like,
That
what?
you're gonna what? Now I
Rude.
really have to pee.
Rude.
I mean, between that and smushing your boobs in a mammogram machine, I'm like, what medieval shit?
Right,
Yeah.
torture.
Can we please have women start inventing medical
Yes.
procedures?
Yeah.
Where we're not-
Seriously.
This is
well,
a-
we didn't, as we learned on the show, like the clit wasn't even recognized as like a body part until like the 80s or something.
Yeah, it was
or it was like
something
something
ridiculous.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like maybe it wasn't that.
No, I think
It
it
was
was the 70s.
it was something like that
70s.
where it's like they didn't even
What was
like,
it? An
They
appendage?
just didn't,
Oh,
they
like-
pretended
no, they
it
just
wasn't
pretended
there.
it wasn't there because it wasn't because it's not part of
the
reproduction. It's not part of reproduction. It's just for pleasure. Like it's literally just it's our like gift from God. It's just for our pleasure. Like it doesn't really like you don't need it to get pregnant.
Yeah. But you need it to be happy.
Yes.
And that's important.
Oh, okay. And just last one, really, really quick. Whitney, always thank who?
The
At a
hostess.
dinner
The
party.
host.
Absolutely. And the cook, whoever cooked.
Oh, okay.
Love
Right.
it.
Yeah.
And thank yourselves for being here.
It was so
Thank
much
you so
fun.
much.
Yes,
This
you
was
guys.
great.
So this is the part of the podcast where Marcia comes in, she tallies up the points, and we find out who won this episode of Fuck You, I'm Smarter.
Who's Marcia?
So,
That is
She's
ridiculous.
right. She's over.
she's over.
Marcia, where did she?
There you go.
She's our producer. She's just.
Here we
a
go.
stuffed animal?
Woo! Yes. So Kelly, unfortunately, you are in last
Oh, no.
place with only 5 points.
Oh, that's tragic.
Oh no! I'm next with 11, which means Whitney is our winner with 5, 10, 15,
Oh, wow.
21
Holy
and
shit.
a half points. Holy
That's a lot.
shit,
Is that?
Whitney.
That's
Yes.
a lot. That's a
Is
lot.
it, do you have like a champions? Do we come back in like 6 months and you have like your top scoring
No,
podcast
but we
guest?
guest?
really
start doing
should
that.
because you're not the first person who's requested
Yeah.
21 and a half points.
That's really.
Wait, put me on the leaderboard. I want to be on the board.
I'm going
in
to
the
put you on
back.
the leaderboard. Well, Do you have the
I don't
chalk?
have the chalk.
We promise we'll write it down.
No, you won't. You'll totally forget. And that's totally fine.
She wrote it down on the paper on this guest check.
I wrote it down. Whitney, now this is your opportunity to not only you get a valedictorian speech, but you also get to look at us and say, fuck you, I'm smarter in all your glory. Do it in any order you want. Take the wheel.
Please hold. I do have a valedictorian speech ready to go.
Prepared.
She's prepared. She is.
A dramatic reading
On top
by
of it.
one of the top orators of our time.
Wow.
And in no particular order, it's kind of like, well, except alphabetically, of course, Churchill, Cicero, Kennedy, and King. Ladies, I stay out too late. Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. That's what people say. I go on too many dates.
I see.
Can't make them stay.
Oh.
And that's what people say.
Uh-huh.
And that's what people say. But I keep cruising. Can't stop. Won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's going to be all right. And you're going to play, and the hater's going to hate. You just shake it off.
Yes!
Wait, I got to do my dramatic.
Do it!
Shake it off. Thank you for coming to my valedictorian speech.
Shake it off.
Oh, that was beautiful.
So good.
Did you
Oh my
write
God.
that yourself? That was really
beautiful. I was
inspiring.
inspired.
How genius.
I did.
Amazing.
All right, Whitney, now look at us and tell me and Kelly.
We need
fuck
to hear
you,
it.
I'm smarter.
We need
It's
to know.
just so we have this. Am I looking at you guys on my Zoom or do you want me to look at the camera? Because I want to get
Look at
this
the
right.
camera. I want to
wanna
see
nail
it.
it. Okay.
I
Yeah,
wanna see
nail
it.
it.
Ladies, fuck you. I'm smarter.
Yes!
Nice.
Yes, you are.
I felt that.
21 and a half points.
Woo!
Wow.
Holy cannoli, schmoly,
Wow.
Cicero.
Guys,
All
it was so
right.
much fun.
This was really
So
fun.
much
Whitney, thank you
fun.
so much for being on. This
Whitney,
was awesome.
we want you to plug all of your things.
Plug your plugs.
Okay? Tell
Okay.
all of our listeners
we
where to
find you?
find you, what you're doing.
Get your butts over to Instagram and follow me at the new Stepford there. And you can visit me on Twitter, although like whatever. That like Twitter is kind of like it's like my testing side stage for jokes. I put them out there, and if they do a little well, then I'll turn them into a meme and put them on Instagram. So Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. I'm on all those things. I don't understand Snapchat. I'm barely on TikTok, but I would love it there. Yeah. Go on Instagram.
Hey.
Go on Instagram.
I love Instagram.
We love Instagram.
There I
You can
go.
follow
Right.
us at Kelly and Lindsay. We are on YouTube Live now. We have a TikTok that we barely use. We don't go on Twitter, so don't go there.
I just don't even try. I don't even pretend anymore.
Yeah, rate, review, subscribe, tell your friends. We love you. You guys are magical. And we'll see you next week.
Stay in school, kids.
Stay in school. Bye.
Bye.
Yay.